أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين واتقوا يوما ترجعون فيه إلى الله صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم. Yesterday it was mentioned quality of higher modesty is a natural quality. Usually person is born with this quality, and this is an inner quality. The meaning of haya is the quality in the heart which stops the person from immorality, immodesty, and immodest act. That whenever something immoral occurs, this inner quality, it will restrain him, control him. But after that, whether to do that act or not, the person is his willpower. That if he uses his willpower to stay away from it, then he will be able to stay away from that evil act. And even after this instinct in himself, but he acted against it and he went against it, then that evil act will come into action. But from beginning, if a person safeguards this quality of haya, it will help him in abstaining and staying away from evil and immoral acts. This is one quality. Second quality is fear. The meaning of fear is that a person realizes that I will have to acquire harm. So when this fear is in a person, the haya is an inner quality in a person's heart, and the fear is from outside. If a person fears someone, then due to the fear of that matter, he will stay away from evil act also. Example, a small child. He doesn't have haya in him, so he has many desires to go to cinema, to go to club, to do wrong act, make a friendship with a girl. If he does not have haya, then these type of evil acts, the urge will occur in him. But the second matter which stops a person from evil is a fear. So if a person has haya, then from inside there will be this urge to abstain from these evil acts. But if somehow his haya has gone, his modesty has gone, then there will be urge from inside to commit these acts. Now the second matter which will stop him is a fear. For example, a young person, he wants to go to cinema, he wants to go to club, he wants to make a long friendship, etc. So it's a sign that the haya has gone out of him. But if he has fear of someone, for example his father, if he has a fear of his father, that if my father will come to know I have gone to cinema, I have gone to club, I have been smoking cigarette, any wrong or evil act, if my father comes to know about it, then he will punish me. So this fear of the father, although he's got this urge in him to do that wrong act, but the fear of harm of his father will stop him from committing that act. Whether the fear is of his father or his ustad, teacher or anyone. So this is second matter which stops a person from evil and wrong acts, fear of someone. So if both these qualities goes, the quality of haya goes out of him, the quality of fear goes out of him, then there is no barrier for him now from evil. All the doors are broken and there will be no stoppage for him, there will be no barrier for him from abstaining from evil. He will plunge in all type of evils because there is no haya in him and there is no fear of anyone. So this is why it is necessary that one should have someone above him upon that who he fears, and through the fear of that the person stays under control, and even though he may have wrong desires, but because of the fear he abstains from committing those wrong acts. Whether it's a father, whether it's a teacher, or a person who works in an office, his manager, person works in a Saab, then the shop owner, so anyone. For example, somebody works in an office, he has a fear of his manager that if I come late constantly, he will sack me, he will suspend me, and I will lose my job. My wages will stop, and all the harms comes in front of him. So because of these harms, he stays under control. He goes to work on time, he does his work on time. So it applies in every aspect. For a child, a father, for a student, his teacher, for a worker, his boss, manager, and so on. And above everyone is the fear of Allah Ta'ala. Once a person acquires the fear of Allah Ta'ala, then he does not need fear of anyone else. If a young person has acquired the fear of Allah Ta'ala, the realization of Allah Ta'ala, the awareness of Allah Ta'ala, this is why we look in Quran Sharif, over and over Allah Ta'ala mentions, Wallahu ya'lamu ma ta'malun, Wallahu khabirun bima ta'malun, Wallahu basirun, Wallahu sami'un alim. So, purpose of these verses are to make us aware that Allah Ta'ala knows everything about us. We are in complete control of Allah Ta'ala. This is the purpose, that if a person acquires the awareness of Allah Ta'ala, the fear of Allah Ta'ala, then he does not need fear of anyone else. A young person, he has acquired fear of Allah Ta'ala, he does not need the fear of his father or his ustad or his boss, his manager, to do his work properly and not to do anything wrong. So ultimately, if a person can acquire the fear of Allah Ta'ala, this is why if we read Quran Sharif with attention and understanding, we will see in the very beginning, Hudal lil Muttaqeen. Allah Ta'ala says this Quran Sharif is a guidance for the God-fearing people. Here again, that those people who have fear of Allah Ta'ala, they will acquire guidance and they will benefit from Quran Sharif. And we go through the Quran Sharif, there will be hardly a single page of Quran Sharif in one way or the other where the fear of Allah Ta'ala is not mentioned. So nevertheless, these are the two qualities. One is haya, the other is fear. That if a person has these two qualities in him, then it will safeguard him from all evil, all sins and all immorality. It will keep him on the right path, and it will guide him, and it will help him to stay on the right path, the path of deen, and stay near to Allah Ta'ala. He will not need the fear of his father, he will not need fear of his teacher or anyone. So this is the ultimate, and this is what one should strive and try for, that above all, whether anyone else watches us or not, anyone knows about us or not, ultimately Allah Ta'ala is watching us all the time. وَهُوَ مَعَكُمْ أَيْنَمَا كُنْتُمْ وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي أَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ. If you look in Quran, نَحْنُ أَقْرَبُ إِلَيْهِ مِنْ حَبْلِ الْوَرِيدِ. So these all verses make us aware that Allah Ta'ala is with us, Allah Ta'ala is near to us, Allah Ta'ala is watching everything good or bad we do. So nevertheless, that these two qualities are very great qualities. One is a modesty, haya, shalom, and secondly, the fear of Allah Ta'ala. That, and this is the purpose, the fear of Allah Ta'ala, that when a person, the simple example of a fear of Allah Ta'ala is, for example, some burglar, he is moving around in the back streets. He is looking at people's back doors and back windows, that if he finds some back door open, back window open, then he will jump in. So he's trying to jump into someone's house from the back side, but suddenly he sees a police at the end of the street. Soon as he will see the police or the police car, he will change his mind and he will move away from there. So that is a awareness. As soon as before seeing the police, he was intending to do burglary, go into someone's house and do stealing. But as soon as he saw the police, all the awareness, the fear of the police, the consequence of being caught came into his mind, and that stopped him, and he took his way away, and he changed his mind from burglary. So this is a simple example for a person to understand that when he wants to do a bad act, wrong act, sinful act, just that burglar, he saw the police and he changed his mind. Exactly same with us. Although we cannot see Allah Ta'ala with our eyes, but it is our belief that Allah Ta'ala is with us, Allah Ta'ala watches everything. So on that occasion, the awareness of Allah Ta'ala comes, it will help him and will stop him from committing the wrong act, just as that seeing the police stopped that person from jumping into somebody's house. So this is the awareness of Allah Ta'ala and fear of Allah Ta'ala, which helps the person stay away from evil. Allah Ta'ala gives both these qualities. Allah Ta'ala keep us away from evil. Allah Ta'ala give us tawfiq to do good acts with awareness of Allah Ta'ala, with the realization that Allah Ta'ala is with us. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi. Subhanakallah wa bihamdika. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi. Subhanakallah wa bihamdika. نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.